Hey guys, I have been waiting to film the vlog since 3 o'clock today. Can you imagine that? Like, I have been waiting for this guy to be ready so that we can get things done. Like, today was such a busy day. Let me tell you. Excuse me? Are you done? You're not even done.
Yeah.
So we are heading out.
Now who's waiting?
He's not waiting for me.
Now who's waiting?
He's just saying that. We're heading out to get some stuff done. And yeah, today, excuse me?
Who's waiting this time?
He's not waiting. He's not waiting. He's just pretending. Anyway, so we are heading out to get some stuff done. And I'm gonna take you guys along. While I talk to you guys about something really specific, there's something that I want to share with you. I'm live and direct. All right, so are you gonna ask me what you usually ask me?
What do I usually ask you? Yeah.
What have I gotten done for the day?
What have you gotten done for the day?
So today was a pretty busy day. Today, I had a good day. Today I woke up, I meditated, I prayed, I journaled, and I hit the gym. And I had a really good workout today. I had a bomb workout today. And I think it's because I took my, that shot that we get from Press Juicery. It gave me a lot of energy, so that was really good.
That looks remote, you know?
Yeah, it was really good. It's a ginger, it has ginger, cayenne pepper, and something else in it. I can't remember, but my workout was amazing, and that's the only thing I did really differently. And sometimes I'll have coffee before I work out, but I didn't today. I've been drinking decaf because regular coffee just has making me, I don't know, it's been making me feel off. Like, or it could be that you make the coffee and he makes coffee, he calls it jet fuel because...
Yeah, you make coffee like a wuss.
Anyway, he makes like jet black coffee. That's a good question. How do you like your coffee? Do you guys drink coffee? How do you like your coffee? Are you a tea drinker? I want to know. I think what happens for me with your jet fuel that you make, like he makes it really dark and strong. For me, I like drinking several cups of coffee in the morning, and if I drink several cups of his jet fuel, I end up having an anxiety attack somewhere along during the day, and we can't have that. So I've been drinking decaf, which has like 2 milligrams per serving of coffee, which is a lot less than the jet fuel. And I've been liking it. You know, it gives me a little boost, but it doesn't make me super anxious and jittery. So there's that. But yeah, that's been fun. Guys, so today we are actually talking about a really interesting topic. We're talking about preparing your mindset for launching your product or service. So if you are a coach, a consultant, you're launching an online course, a digital product, you're launching a service, because it's really smart to launch a service as well. You know, all of these things, you can actually do that. You can launch it. And so we're talking about this because I'm currently going through prep for launching, which I'm super, super excited about, like super stoked. And so one of the things that I thought about was sharing just being in a launch mindset with you guys. And I thought that we would have a conversation about it.
What problem is the product going to solve?
Okay, so for me in launching right now, I am actually solving the problem of people not creating content that really matters or is in alignment with their product or service. I see that all the time.
So what do people usually do?
People usually, first of all, one big mistake that I see people making is they're not thinking about their business as a business. That's the first mistake I see people making. meaning that they've created an online course or they've created some kind of product or service, and they have no idea of how they're going to sell their product, and they don't realize that your content is content marketing and it's connected to your sales, right? So your content is connected to your sales. I think that people don't think about that enough, and I really want to help people understand how you can connect your content to your goals, your sales goals, your growth goals, whatever it is in your business.
Right. So how do you go about doing that?
I usually think about my year as it pertains to what are the goals that I want to accomplish each year, right? And I break that down into quarters. Now, the way that I do my content marketing is with video content. So if you're watching this video, hello. But I think about it as, okay, so I'm using these videos in order to market to a specific audience or to attract a specific audience or to engage with a specific audience. So that's how I go about it. I'll be breaking it down further. I have a free series coming up in the Facebook group, so you want to make sure you head down below to get into the free Facebook group so that you could access that free series. But in a nutshell, I use video content marketing, and after I use video, I make sure that I'm also repurposing that on Instagram, on Facebook, and all those things. But the best thing to do would be to pick one platform that you're committed to so that you could grow that platform, and then you can divert or disperse your content later on, distribute your content.
Okay, but keeping in the lane of launching. Okay.
Yes.
So how did that information help you? Like, what has been your biggest problem during launch the last time you've been launching?
Oh, that's a really good question. Yeah. Biggest problems in launching: one, not being organized or prepared, because I've set an unrealistic date, right? So setting a date of next month, and I have not started creating content that is in alignment with my sales goals just yet. Mm-hmm. So I kind of rush everything. So I take people through the full-on process in a rushed way. I've done that in launches before, and so as I move forward, that's one of the lessons. Set a realistic goal so that you're able to work backwards from that realistic goal, and so that you're not rushing and burnt out and tired. One thing that we both know is having all of your launch assets, your launch messaging, and all of that before you actually launch is always, a really smart thing to do.
Okay. So how would you say your team could help you best and support you during launching?
Ooh. Okay, so some people looking at this may not have a team, so you may have to extend that launch preparation time. For the people that do have a team, you need to remember that you're at the forefront of everything that's going on for your team. You're holding the vision in your head. So one thing that you are responsible for everything to work smoothly, is to be able to communicate with your team so that they understand clearly what is needed, so that they are able to execute and they're not confused because you're holding the vision in your head. That's one thing that I do struggle with, like making sure that I get all of my thoughts out or my ideas out instead of holding it in and feeling like, I could just do this quickly, when I have help and I can delegate to get that done.
What else would you say that you wish you would have known earlier when trying to launch your first time? Or maybe your second time?
My biggest thing for launching is understanding. If I had to speak to myself at the beginning of this, of the whole journey, I would remind myself that launching is a compounding effect, meaning that lots of failures stack up to help you understand what is the perfect launch for you. So not trying to be over prepared, not being focused on the end result and making that end result the end result of your business, right? So if you don't sell anything or you have low sales, you got to be willing to go back in again and do it again. Take the lessons and, do it again. So set a goal for what is my launch schedule like? Am I launching 3 times for the year? Am I launching twice for the year? What is that like? So that way you have accountability and you know that, okay, so this launch is over. Let's start thinking about what the next launch could be like. If you launch and you fail, it's not the end of the world. You have to think about like, okay, so launches are compounding. What people don't tell you about launching is that most people that didn't buy last time will buy this time. And it keeps going like that. Most people that didn't buy last time will buy this time. Like more and more people will become interested in what you have to offer. So instead of just thinking about a launch like this one-time thing that I'm gonna die from if it fails, you need to start thinking, how many times do I wanna launch in the next 3 years? Or how many times do I wanna launch in the next year? And that helps you stay committed to the bigger picture than just one launch and I'm just gonna kick this thing to the curb because nobody bought it. And I want to know if you were ever that person. Have you ever sold something or launched something or announced something and you had really low sales or no sales and you just decided, well, nobody wants this, I'm not going to sell it again? I'd love to know down in the comments, but I really wanted to share about that with you guys because I'm going through my process of preparing to launch for the second time for the Start Street Grow Video Academy for this year, and I really wanted to give some of these tips because I feel like there's not a lot of conversations about launching on YouTube, and you guys know that I am on YouTube. This is the space that I love and I love sharing with you guys. So I want to know, what are you planning to launch next? Ooh, while you are launching, you have to stay in a service mindset, meaning how am I serving people? How am I creating a transformation for people? Even start at the top, even in your content, you got to think about how am I serving my audience? How am I serving my audience? When you start thinking from a place of serving for your launch will be way more successful. Also, walking the line of a student and a teacher is really important when you're launching. Like, walking the line of learning, because when you're launching, your launch is never going to be perfect. So you need to be really mindful of what can I learn here if something goes wrong, or how can I rebound from if something goes wrong, or so being open to learning and the learning experience of a launch and seeing what you can take and leave out of the experience, but also being the expert in your industry, right? So whatever your expertise is, you want to be able to maximize on that as well. So that's one thing. And then I don't know, the last thing for me is really stay prepared. Like, even for yourself, like, you could be prepared for your launch, but your mindset is messed up. Right? So think about, who do you have to become in order to launch? Like I say, I have to be more communicative. I have to have a longer launch runway so that everything, all our assets and everything is prepared before time, so that we're not flustering trying to figure things out while the launch is happening. That's really, really, really important, because you don't want to bring that energy into your launch, like, that flustered energy into your launch. You don't want to be responsible for that, because if you feel like that, your team is going to feel like that as well while the launch is happening, and you don't want that. You want launch to be launching can be something that you're excited about. And also, especially when you're launching and you're using video content, which I highly recommend because it just has better conversions as well. You don't want to bring that confused energy on camera either. You want to be, that person while you're launching. You want to be very level-headed, very clear, very accurate, you want to be on your A game. So if everything around you is prepared and you just have to sit down and deliver, then that's the best thing for you to do. Like, instead of being on camera and then thinking, oh my gosh, I have to send a webinar email, I have to curate an email on the spot, because I've done that before, and I feel like that definitely affects your sales when you're doing things in alignment with your goals, but last minute.
Yeah, so basically, all the things should be done for your launch before you actually start launching.
Yes.
So that's going to clear up a lot of the fog.
Yes.
Involved in
the launch fog.
Launch fog, definitely. Coin the term, make some t-shirts.
Launch fog.
Navigate the launch fog.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's a real thing. Like, it could get crazy when you're launching. Everyone who has ever launched before can tell you that.
Definitely. So what would you say I need to do when I need to start brainstorming or thinking about all the things that I necessarily need?
Yeah.
What do I need for this everything to be
a success.
Successful.
Yeah, I think it's really important for you to know who you're talking to. I think it's really important for you to probably 3 months ahead of your launch be aware of all of the brainstorming and mapping and content curation, especially that you can shift your messaging to be in alignment with the thing that you're launching. I think that it's really important to understand your launch runway, especially as it pertains to the people that you're looking to serve. I think that you should have your launch goals mapped out as far as whether it is a monetary goal or your email list, so that you can work backwards from those goals to see what you have to put into your launch. I think that, what else, guys? I am just pulling from the air here. Just be aware of even your launch messaging, your core messaging for your launch. All of those things should be set in stone. You shouldn't be figuring that out while you're launching, because sometimes that can happen where you're figuring it out. But you should be open enough to know where you have to pivot and things like that as well, because sometimes that happens. But I think that's really important.